Welcome back to my channel. I am Sarah of Sarah's Prismatic Musings. This week I will be discussing two books that I've just finished reading and one book that I'm reading right now. I may be done with ghost hunting, but I am not done with reading spooky books. I started out my spooky book reading with Hotel for the Lost by Suzanne Young. And this had total Hotel California vibes. It's a young adult. It's easy to read. Let's see how many pages it is. The book is 281 pages. And it's pretty cool because Suzanne Young lives in Tempe, Arizona. And it's about a young girl in the car. It starts out on a car ride. They are leaving Phoenix, Arizona to go to Nevada. Her and her brother will be dropped off for the summer at her grandmother's house. They have just lost their mother, and their father cannot deal. So they are on this road trip driving, and they see this grand hotel, the Hotel Ruby, and they decide to pull over. Now, it's easy conversational style writing. It took me maybe 2 sittings to sit down and read this. Super quick, super easy. It's okay. It kept me engaged enough. It was definitely a one-time read only though, because I kind of figured out what happened right away. I had a feeling, but there is one twist at the end that I didn't really love, and I didn't see coming, and I was kind of bummed at the way that the story ended. But on Goodreads, this has a 3.61 rating, and I would give this a 3-star rating. It wasn't great. It wasn't horrible. It was nothing to write home about, but it was just fun that, the girl is, kind of mentions Phoenix, and, there wasn't much about Phoenix in the book because it's a road trip and they're leaving Phoenix, but it's just fun to read a local author. So I give this a solid 3 stars. Next, I read Haunted in Hollywood, The Adventures of Lois Lane by Lois Lane. Now, this book has been roasted on Goodreads. Let me pull up what the Goodreads rating is. I consider it a guilty pleasure. Like, honestly, I thought it was a lot of fun. I read it in one sitting. Is it deep? No. Would I expect it to be deep? No. But it was good storytelling. It was just a lot of fun, very casual. Yeah. So on Goodreads, it only has a 3.04 rating. Is it silly? Is it cheesy? Is it very like YouTube-y? Yes, yes, and yes. It's very much a like snapshot in time, like the 2010s, I would say. Let's see, this was copyrighted in 2017. But yeah, so the 10s, and when Lois Lane started vlogging. So it's kind of about her vlogging and her modeling, and she gets to stay in the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel, and she experiences a haunting by what appears to be Marilyn Monroe's ghost, and crazy things ensue. Also a death, and she becomes the main suspect. There's the Grimm brothers who show up, and they help her. They are ghost hunters with a YouTube channel, and her friends. So it's about her with her friends and the brothers Grimm. Well, I think she calls them the Grimm brothers in this story. There's some name dropping, and there's a lot of like hashtag this, hashtag that. Like I said, it's very YouTube. I read this in one sitting. It was just really fun. It's only 213 pages. Super short, super fun. I thought about getting rid of this, but you know what? If I just want like a fun book to read, I'll read it again. It's not like Hotel for the Lost. It's like, okay, I kind of, compared to Haunted in Hollywood, I kind of like read this at a slower pace, but it wasn't a slow read. But this book was just so easy to read, so quick, so fun. And we get mean models, we get creepy photographers, we get, all the cliches. And there's a twist in here that I did not see coming, and it was just fun. So I actually give this a 3.5 star rating. I would read it again. It was just a really fun time. All right, and I'm reading this book on Kindle right now. I haven't finished it. I'm reading it slowly. It's The Children on the Hill by Jennifer McMahon, and it's cool that I started this at the same time I started reading Suzanne Young's Hotel for the Lost. This takes place in Vermont, and it goes back and forth between the 70s and current day. And I'm only about 20% into the book. It looks like it's 342 pages long. And like I said, I'm only about 20% in. It takes place in Vermont, and so in the 70s, it's about this brother and sister, and they're being raised by their grandmother, and their grandmother is a psychiatrist. They wrote a book about how to hunt monsters and different monsters. They like to watch monster movies. Right now, we're introduced to a new young character. I think her name is Iris, and she won't speak, and she is going to be staying with the children, and the children are kind of in charge of this little girl. And in present day, there's girls going missing, and Violet, who is the little girl in charge of kind of like helping out Iris, is now a monster hunter. She studied anthropology in college, and now she's on a TV series, kind of like Ghost Hunters, or any of those Discovery Channel Plus shows where they go hunt UFOs or Bigfoot or whatever. So it's something along those lines. That's what she does now as an adult. And Iris is a real life monster, and she's trying to hunt down Iris, actually. So I just came to that, like, she is a monster hunter because really she's trying to find Iris. And so that's all I know. I'm reading it really, really slowly. It is creepy, and usually when I read my Kindle books, I'm reading it before I go to sleep. And I'm kind of scared to keep going because I'm afraid that 1, I'll be up all night, or 2, I'll be like totally freaked out. But so far, I'm enjoying The Children on the Hill. I'm enjoying the Vermont setting. Now, Violet, as she was known as a child, lives in Asheville, North Carolina, which Asheville is, one of my other favorite places. I love Asheville, so it's cool. Like, she has a house in Asheville, but she's headed back to Vermont, and that's where I ended up. But I will keep you guys posted. I'll probably do a book review about The Children on the Hill, because so far it's creepy, it's a slow build, and I already have anxiety. I kind of have an idea of where it's going and what's going to happen, but I'm just kind of like, how much detail are they going to go into? It's a lot heavier of a book compared to Haunted in Hollywood, which is a very light, fluffy, just fun, quick read, and Hotel for the Lost, which deals with death, the loss of a parent, loneliness, teenage angst, feeling, lost. So this deals with a heavy subject, but the way that it's written is not so heavy. If you guys are looking for fun, creepy reads, or just a fun, quick read, I recommend Haunted in Hollywood. If you can handle like just, kind of some fluff and some silliness and lots of hashtags and lots of mentions about YouTube, then I recommend this book. If you want something kind of creepy, kind of fun, easy read, Hotel for the Lost is cool. And if you want something a little bit, more adult, which this is an adult book, I recommend The Children on the Hill, because the creep factor alone it's there. And I'm like anticipating, kind of like bracing myself for where this book's going. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.